Good? Good shit. We live, yo. Do your mic check. Talking to the mic.
Hello.
Never change, Stan. Never change.
Hello.
Redeem Yourself podcast. Y'all know the vibes. Back in the building again. Got my guy Stan. Say what's up.
What's up, people?
No doubt. Without further ado, let me hit this intro music real quick and then we're going to get rocking. All right, man. You ready to tell your story?
Yes, sir.
My guy. Sorry for the in-house audience. Y'all can't hear this groove. What'd you think about that shit, Stan? Honest
I like
opinion.
it.
That shit's smooth, right?
I like it. This is nice.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, bro. The Redeem Yourself podcast, bringing you all kind of recovery content and other frivolous activities. Let's get it. All right, man. Got the intro music out of the way. We are now live and recording, good sir. You know, y'all know me by now. I'm Jared, the host of Redeem Yourself podcast. I got another special guest in the building with me this evening, along with the Recovery Outdoors. You know, Click. You got Leanna, Sean. Y'all say what's up? Hey. Hi. Yeah. Then my man Stan. What's up?
How are y'all doing?
Coolin', bro. How are you?
I'm good.
So
I'm good.
This conversation is gonna be about you. You know, you feel me? Like anything you want to share, anything you don't want to share.
Yeah.
Hard stop. So how I normally kick the podcast off, we start with a check-in, bro. Like how's your week been?
It's been good. Just taking care of the family, working. I work a lot, so I mean, other than that, I mean, my life's pretty boring. So.
Hey man, it's the joy of recovery, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Go to work, go home, kick it with the kids, the wifey, and fall back.
That's the best part of it now, man. Because when I lost everything, that was a tough thing for me.
So you look forward to this opportunity in life now?
I do. I mean, I lost my whole family.
Word.
In addiction. You know, it was rough.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that, man, because I think we share that sentiment. You know what I'm saying? But what I've learned in my journey is that what's lost can be found again, except for time wasted.
And that's the best part of sobriety.
Word. So my check-in, I was just here the other night, doing some things. Had a pretty tough loss of a family member that I'm currently grieving and going through.
That,
it's all good, bro. It's part of life, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making it one day at a time still, man. I know that my faith, my belief is that they are in a better place now.
Right.
So I'm trying to hold my head high in that regards, knowing that they well taken care of, they lived a good one, and I'll see them on the other side one day.
I agree.
No doubt. We're going to dive into it, man. But before we get into the nitty gritty, let's talk some football first, man.
Oh, man.
How you feel about that Super Bowl loss our guys took?
I feel I'm finally starting to get over it. it's
no doubt.
It's been rough though.
Tough, right?
Yeah, it was big, man. You know, we were supposed to win that game.
Yeah. We damn sure were, man. Defense sold us out, yo.
Yeah.
Defense definitely sold us, and you seen right after the game, they shipped his ass right out of town.
They did.
Right after the game.
They did. It was a tough loss, man. It was a tough loss. I think I went through the whole grieving process.
Yo, imagine that. We grieving football.
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck about us.
Nah, not at all.
Oh, shit, yo. But nah, that's good shit, man. Well, let's dive into it, yo. You ready?
I am.
All right. So I know we used to travel in a lot of the same circles.
We did.
So I feel like for me and you to talk, we probably got to keep names to a minimum.
We will. We will.
Because you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to put anybody on.
Word, yeah. We've been around some of the same frivolous shit for a long time, bro. So I'm happy to connect with you again on this side of life. And, hear what you're doing, man. Plug me into your story. How was life for you growing up, bro?
So, my name is Stan.
What's up, Stan?
I'm 36 years old, going on 37.
What's up?
I've been through a lot in my life with drugs. I experimented a lot, And I think it was like our generation type thing.
Yeah, like partying was the lifestyle.
It was.
You know what
It
I'm saying?
was.
What
Like,
about growing up before you even tapped into like addiction, man? How was like the family
my
dynamic?
family life has always been great.
Word.
You know, I have my mom and dad. They're both still alive, both healthy. They're good people. They treated me right. They raised me right. So I can't even say that like anything bad happened in my life because it didn't. You know, I had a great life.
Word.
Family. I have a sister. Yeah. I didn't have like anything traumatic that really happened to me. You know, like I think it was more of like like our generational
Really?
thing. Yeah, like experimentation.
So you grew up good life, good family aspect, had, a sibling that I'm sure y'all
Yeah,
get
we were
along pretty
close.
well. All right.
Yeah,
So shit, and when did they say addiction starts before you ever take a drink or a drug, right?
right.
When do you think that moment, because I know for me, right, I can pinpoint when my addiction started, and this was way before like alcohol or drug use came into play.
Right.
For me, right, just so you kind of understand the question, when I moved here from Florida at 13, I was low key alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know anybody. And I've said this several times on the podcast, so my apologies for being repetitive. But new guests, I got to repeat myself sometimes. But when I came here, I was alone.
Right.
I didn't really have a friend circle to fit into, and the styles were so different than what I was used to in Florida.
Right.
So as I got older, I think alcohol tapped into play first.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, if I have this stuff, I'll have friends, because my homeboy Black Liquid said it oh so well. It's like, it's the social glue.
Right.
Everything we did was surrounding
Peer pressure.
right, alcohol and peer pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the party
a
is.
real
That's where I
thing.
need to be. Exactly. So in that moment, where do you feel like addiction started for you?
It was pretty much the same. It was like the group that I was running with. That had a lot to do with it. Like we just did it.
At what age? What age?
I
What
was
age?
12 when I
12?
first started.
Oh shit, man.
I was 12 years old.
12 years old, getting into the bottles. What was the first thing? How did that play out?
I stole from I took my dad's vodka. That's how it all started. Like my dad had a bottle. Yeah, his little liquor cabinet.
Word.
And as I grew older, I figured out what it was. And I was like, oh, I want to try it. Like I see them doing it all the time. That's where it started.
Just simple as that, the idea.
Right. And that's where it started. From there, it just went on and on and on. Like it went from there to weed. Weed.
Do you think, was it any friends with you when you took the bottle, or were you solo?
Yeah, it was a couple of our close friends.
So people I know too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, y'all used to run in a pack, man.
We did. We did. We did. We lost a lot of those.
Yeah, man.
A lot of those good people.
Before we even go any further, man, salute to everybody that passed along the way, because we are lucky to be here.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't take for granted, man. Watching so many people lose their life to this disease. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it hits home.
Yeah, we blessed. We're most certainly blessed.
I'm so blessed that I'm still here.
100%, bro. So at 12, you take the bottle. How long do you think that the alcohol phase of just trying, Pop's liquor cabinet here and there, how long did that go on?
That went on for years.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. That went on for years.
It's about 12 to when, yo?
Oh, man. From 12 until about, I'd say like 16.
16?
And that's when the harder stuff started coming in.
At 16?
Yep.
God damn, bro.
Yep. It was early for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, 16.
And between 12 and 16, I experimented, man.
Really?
Yeah, it was the psychedelics.
Okay.
That came in, tried them, from acid to
acid and all of
mushrooms.
That shit. From 12 to 16.
Yep.
Or was this at 16 you started really taking off?
That was like, it was probably like right before my 16th birthday is when that all started.
Okay. So at 16, you start diving into psychedelics.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That changed my life.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way, bro?
I think it just opened up my mind, man. It opened up.
like different avenues for
Right.
you.
Like I thought that there were like more opportunities out there for me or something, and those opportunities were drugs. More than anything.
Yo, you were a wild, wild man.
Yeah.
You know what? It was crazy. Like now that I'm so self-aware, I realized that psychedelics were never my vibe. You know what I'm saying? I tried shrooms one time.
Right.
And I was with another friend of ours that passed away. I was at his apartment, but I think I was like 19.
Okay.
And he had some shrooms. He ate. I didn't know how much to eat. He just handed me a little Reese's cup, and I ate one. And I remember sitting on his futon, and he had this blanket of elephants.
Yep.
On
Probably
the wall.
started seeing all sorts of shit.
Them joints started marching around the blanket, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, and I panicked. Yeah. So it was like 8 hours of me, and like I'd close my eyes and I'd see mad colors and shit. I was like, nah, like this is not for me. And I remember sitting there like, yo, please make it stop. Please make it stop. And I like look at him and he's watching The Simpsons laughing.
Yep.
And I was like, dog, like what is wrong with me? I need this joint to
It's
cut
always
off.
good to have a good trip. Having a bad trip,
no good.
No good.
You had a bad trip?
I've had a bad trip.
Explain the bad trip, because these are things that I will never know nor understand.
I just freaked out, man. Like we were sitting there, everything, we were having a good time. And then, like, I just started getting paranoid out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I started thinking everybody was trying to, like, plot on me and do, like, all this bad stuff to me. So I ended up running home, man. I ran home. And it was probably, like, a good, like, 4 miles, 5 miles, man. I ran.
And just booked it home.
Sweaty
ran
as
shit.
As fast as I probably could, man. I went home. My parents were looking at me all crazy. Or like, man, there's something wrong with them.
Clearly.
Yeah, like
you just booked it home 4 miles.
Definitely something wrong with
How long that took you?
Man, it felt like it felt quick, but when I thought about it, man, it was probably like a good hour.
Yeah, bro, 4 miles. If you were running, it's about an hour, hour 15 minutes, something like that. Yeah,
but it felt faster at the time, you know, because I was so out there. Like, I thought stuff was like coming at me. I thought like different things were trying to like pop out of the bushes, man.
So you just took off.
I took off.
At least you got out of Dodge and went to a safe place.
Man, the next morning, my friend calls me. He's like, "What happened to you, man?" He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "You just got up and you ran." I went home. I hid under a big cushion that I had upstairs. And I hid there all night, man.
Really?
I hid there all night until the trip went away.
Damn.
I did not come out. I sat there. I had my eyes closed, man. I was so
just
done with
gone.
it. Yeah, I wanted to get out of it.
Right.
I just wanted to be done.
Right.
And it wasn't happening. You know, it's like an 8 to 10 hour thing. So.
Yeah, no, dude. Like the one time I did it was enough for me.
Yeah.
Did you go back?
No,
not
after that. Nope.
What substance was it?
That was like it was. I did 2 things. It was X and I dropped liquid.
Okay. And that shit was a wrap. Like, did you ever do either of those again?
Never again. Never again. That was the last night of probably psychedelics for me.
Okay.
Yeah, like I still to this day I haven't done.
Word. Well, good, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, even as addicts in addiction, bro, we could be self-aware and understand. Like, nah, that one ain't mine.
Yeah,
that's not my bad.
It was great for a while, man, but I think it was just that one time
that it just sent everything over there.
Yep. And I never wanted to get back to that. Like I thought about that every time. Like,
bro, ain't that some wild shit though? Like we could stop something.
Yeah.
Like some substances, but now you give me that. You know what I mean? Like I want that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That was never really my drug of choice. You know, I always like downers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's kick back then. At 16, you started, deviling in. What like throughout, say, high school and then leading into adulthood, what
man, like I wish that if I could have went back on it, you know, I wish I would have finished high school. I wish that I would have done, way more in my life than what I did.
For sure. I mean, we all got those kind of regrets, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with you. I was just telling them. So my grandmother passed away this morning, right? And she was the rock to like everything I did in life.
Yeah.
Like
that's
probably
huge.
The one human being that never gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout all of my shit, but she lived 12 hours away.
Yeah.
In Florida. So she drove up here when I was supposed to graduate high school, and I had to embarrass, like, tell her, like, hey, I'm not graduating. Like, I'm sorry. She came up here, visited me in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I had all
rough.
these, like, moments where I'm like, damn, like, she really loved me.
Yeah.
'Cause
I know that hurt.
You feel me? So it's like
I know that
all
hurt.
of that shit came rushing back. And I'm like, yo, I let her down. I just want her to know that I'm okay now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you going through these phases of life, right? So after high school, you kind of live with that guilt.
Yeah.
You think that added to like the substance use?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely brought. I think a lot of me not doing well in school
Mhm.
was me, being going and running around with our friends, man.
Right.
Going and running around with them, smoking weed.
Mhm. So everybody was into the same thing.
Yeah.
So like life just kind of look, oh, this is normal almost.
Right. And
That-
everybody was doing it. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, it's this is a cool thing.
That's how it felt for me too. It was like I never had an issue because everybody I was with
Yeah.
was in the same thing. So
Right.
another way of life, like it didn't even seem real to
I
me.
thought I was cool.
Yeah, bro. Like I really thought I was that guy or something.
Yeah.
And now I look back and I'm like, Jared, you were a freaking
I thought I was
idiot,
gonna get
bro.
more girls. And,
Yeah.
like
I mean, there was
people
something.
want to hang out with me.
Yeah, that's what it was for me, bro. Like you said that the psychedelics and stuff was never really your drug of choice. What was?
See, I like pills.
Okay.
And that was my downfall.
So how did the pills come into play? Like what age?
That probably started when I was like between like I think I was about 18. I was about 18, 19 years old. Because before that, man, I did other stuff too. I did coke.
A lot of that.
Did that in
Yeah.
between,
Mhm.
like I used to do that all the time. And from coke, that's when it went into the pills, and then from the pills into the the heroin, and that right there is probably like the worst thing that I ever did in my life, man.
Really?
Was ever do that.
And what age you think that started coming into play?
When I first started, I was probably like, I started doing that later on because the pills, I did that for years.
Right. It's
And
probably easier to like
it was easier back
hide
then.
and mask. Too.
Yeah, well, you remember the whole pill thing, man. Before like 2018, 2019, they were easy to get.
See, yeah, I mean, pills. I talked about this the other night. Like, Dope Sick really put a spotlight on how easy it was to have access to those drugs, and I never really knew that because I don't think I ever really like dove into pills.
Yeah, it was
You know
so
what I'm
easy,
saying?
man. Like it was the easiest thing. Like they were everywhere.
Break down the sauce, man. Like, how'd you? We ain't gonna dry snitch, but how
No.
did you acquire pills?
Through friends. I saw a buddy of mine doing it, and he crushed it up and he started snorting it. He was like, he's like, you probably don't want to do this. He was like, but if you want to,
Of course, like, no, I do.
yeah. He was like, but if you want to pop one, man, I was like, he's pretty fun. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. And peer pressure.
Yeah, that's how it
Peer
was
pressure.
with me and Powder, man. I was at one of our friends' townhouses over in Harbor Village.
Yeah.
I was 19, and I still remember this moment, man, because it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were playing poker, and I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a bottle of Captain Morgan's that I was just drinking straight,
Right.
while they were playing, and I was just kind of at the table, like mindlessly watching, and one of our friends, dumped it on the table, and I remember sitting there like. What the hell is
What is
that?
this?
And they're like, nah, you don't want this, but you could try it. And
Yeah. Like maybe I do want this.
yeah, like, well, hell yeah. And I remember doing it, bro, and like shit just started flickering in my brain, and I was like, bro, what?
It's a euphoria that like comes through you, man.
Bro. And that was the issue. I chased
Yeah.
that feeling for the next 8 years and
Yeah.
never got that feeling again.
That was that feel. Like with heroin, it was more of like a warm feeling that you would get.
Mhm.
Like pills as well. It's the same feeling you would get. It's like you get this warm feeling, and you like that you're eventually, man. Like you get to where you need it, and it starts out so well. It starts out like this little warm feeling in you, and then it ends up with you just getting sick
all the time.
And you're pretty much doing it to not be sick. It's great when you first start. When you've been doing it for years,
Not so good.
not so good.
And I could see that, bro. I tried one of them fucking pills. It might have been Oxys. I had got my hands on them at one point in life, and I was with one of our friends, and we popped one, and I felt like I could run a marathon.
Right.
But the next day, I was sick, and I didn't really understand why. I was like, oh damn, I must
Feels
have
like
caught
the flu.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that night, or like the next night, we did it again,
Mm-hmm.
and the next day I was sick, and I was like, oh shit, like.
Why do I feel this way?
Yeah, and then like it tapped me like, oh man, I might be dope sick. Like,
Yep.
so I stopped.
Yep.
I was like, nah, I don't want that. Like that's not for me.
Right.
So you would have them feelings. And
I had that feeling, man.
you just
That was the worst feeling in the world, and that's where a lot of drug addicts. That's why they don't want to quit.
right because they don't want to go through that phase.
They don't want to go through that,
Mm.
and that keeps them from getting clean.
Right.
If
You know
they-
that firsthand.
I do. That was my biggest thing from getting clean. Is like, man, I don't want to go through being sick.
Right.
And if you could just get through those 3 days
Mhm.
of feeling like complete hell, like
Mhm.
you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. You're gonna be all right.
So how did life look, man? The pills started to, I guess consume you. Right. That was your drug of choice. Were you
Yeah.
still drinking actively and everything too, or
I would drink. I would do coke. I would do both at the same time.
God damn, bro.
Yeah.
Wild man Stan.
Yep. I've been through it, man. Like I could go on for days of what I did, man.
Talk, bro. That's why we here, man.
Yeah, like days.
Let it off. Let it off.
Throughout my whole time of being in addiction, man, it was a rough experience, man.
Mhm.
It was rough. I did coke, crack, meth, tried it all, man.
Was this stuff like, was the crack and meth like continuous, or was that like a
Oh,
couple
sorry.
times and done? Shit, you good, bro.
I did the meth once.
Okay.
That was just like a crazy night, man. That I just wanted to experiment. Like, oh, how's it gonna make me feel?
Right.
I didn't like the way that shit made. That shit makes you stay up for days.
Really?
At a time.
I don't need none of that shit. Man, no.
You don't want to do that.
You know what's
Yeah.
so wild? Like in my addiction, right? What I noticed about me, and I wonder if it's true, like for you, like when I'd watch movies,
Mhm.
I would see certain substances utilized in the movies, and the feeling and the stuff that was around them,
Right.
like is what I was after. So of course, like alcohol is in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see the parties, you see the women, you see the fun, the
Yeah.
money. Powder is like fun. You know what I mean? They're at the clubs, dancing around, sniffing shit off of strippers, and I'm like,
All the time.
yeah, you're like, bro, that looks awesome. Like that's what I want. But when I saw, drugs in movies like crack and meth, and
Right.
the people all piled up in the dope houses,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, I don't want to do that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
I don't want that. Like,
And it's all in the people you keep too.
Right.
Like if you stay with people who do drugs, most likely you're gonna do drugs.
and I think that's probably where my saving grace was that most of the people I was around really wasn't heavy into it like I was anyway.
Right.
So I was able to hide it in that standpoint. Like if I did have powder and we were out chilling or something, like nobody really
It's a
knew.
social thing.
Yeah, nobody really knew unless like a female like could tell when my jaw was moving.
Right.
Yo, you got more, and I'm like, maybe. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Go running in the bathrooms.
yeah, bro. You know what's so wild? I'm glad you brought that up. Like, how many house parties, right? Well, you started young. Like I was green.
Yeah.
But how many times are you somewhere and you saw like a group of people head to the bathroom and you're like, yo, what the hell are they doing?
Right. Right. You knew what they
Yeah.
were doing, but
Shit, before I had no idea, bro.
Really?
Because I would just be drinking and I'd watch them like a group of people disappear. And then I would sit there like, the fuck they keep going to the bathroom together for? You know what I'm saying? And then until I was in the crowd and
they
I was
were
like,
in there doing rails.
gator tails. I was like,
Yep.
oh shit, this is why y'all go to the bathroom in groups.
Yep. There's only one thing, man. There's only one thing that you see a group going in there, you know what they're going to do.
Yeah, you know what time it is,
Yep.
man.
Yep. All those man, we used to do that all the time, going from bar to bar, crawling through them, man.
Dude, this whole little area right here was a zone for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Long time.
Man, I
long
remember
time.
all these places, man. Bailey's, all them places.
Dude, Bailey's. I don't
That
wanna
place
name-
probably been like 3 different places, man. We
Yeah.
went to all of them.
Dude, Bailey's was like the trap spot, though.
It was. It
That
was.
was like the spot the hustlers and shit used to go in.
That's
there,
where
shoot
you would
pool.
go if you ever wanted it.
Yeah, you already knew like who
Yeah.
to talk to and who
Yep.
to find.
Yep. They would always be there.
Always.
Faithfully. Faithfully.
Yeah, you can't find let's just go to Bailey's real quick. I know somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. You would know.
Already, bro.
They would be up there all night.
So you got through that, man. How fast did life start to come off the rails for you? Like what transpired in your life, bro? That you
It
just kind of
happened.
watched from a third lens, like, man, shit ain't supposed to go this way, but I'm here now.
It happened when I lost my family.
Your family, like your
It
family.
happened.
Break it down, bro. Your family, as in,
I lost my wife and
Mm.
both my kids.
mm,
I was still seeing my kids, you know, like
Mhm.
I wasn't like that type of dad where I wasn't
like present.
right. And that was before we actually had Mac. you
Okay.
know. So at that time it was just Olivia.
Okay.
But yeah, I was always I can't say like that I was the best dad at that time because I definitely wasn't.
I'm right there with you, bro. I understand
you know?
completely, man.
Like I'll admit that and I'll own that. You know,
Word.
I'll own that I was not. And that has a lot to do with I mean, I got clean for myself, but
Word.
a lot of it was to do with my family. You know, like I wanted to be there.
Mhm.
I didn't want to be absent anymore.
So wait, you was able to maintain semi like relationship?
Man, if you look up a functioning drug addict, that
Mhm.
was me.
Really?
Right.
So you was in the house, you go to work,
I would go to work. I would lose a bunch of jobs.
right?
I would go with man, I probably went through like 10 jobs.
Just there enough to show up.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
just
you
to
go
get a
back home.
paycheck. Yeah, because I wasn't into robbing. You know,
Yeah.
that wasn't my thing, man. I didn't like robbing people.
Word.
I lied,
Mm-hmm.
which
course.
I
Yeah,
will
we-
own that too. I was a freaking liar, bro. I would lie about everything.
It's part of our what do they call it when we got to do the self what the hell Sean, help me out. What is Yo, what is it called when you gotta remove your man fucking I can't think of the word. But
I know what
understand.
you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like it. That was man. Like I was such a liar, man. I would lie about the dumbest, littlest things, just so my wife wouldn't find out about this thing because I would have to cover up for lies.
On
for
top
other-
of lies.
on
But that's,
top of lies,
that's what
and I would
sucks
get
about
lost in
lying,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, but you just said, oh, but what a myth.
Yeah, you get lost in the lies.
Yeah, dude.
Eventually, like after lie, like your first lie, she's like, "What? Like, what's you've been lying this whole time?
Yeah.
Like, you're a liar. You are a liar."
And then you don't know I'm not. I just forgot.
Yup.
You
And
know what I'm
that-
saying?
Yeah, like I would make it seem like it would be her sometimes, man, and I feel
Of course.
so bad for it now. You know,
I've
like,
been there, man.
I
I've
would
been
make
there.
her feel bad. Like she would be like, "Oh, you're on drugs," and I'd be like, "Nah, you're crazy."
Right. Yeah, it's you the
Yeah.
problem. Now it could never be
Yep.
me.
Yep. I would instead of, looking at myself, I
Mhm.
would project
Right.
that onto her and be like, "Nah, I'm good." you know,
Yeah.
even though like I have no money,
Right.
I'm freaking broke.
Right. It's like delusional, bro.
It's delusion.
Yeah.
It's delusion.
Yeah.
You know, like it gets to a point where I couldn't live that life anymore.
Mm.
You know, like it was either get clean or die.
Mm.
You know, I didn't want to lose my life. I love life.
Word.
I love living, and I love my family and my friends and everybody around me. You know, I want to be here as much as I possibly can.
You know, it's I love that you said that, man, because like I remember like a lot of our run-ins, man, you was like the main one that was always kind of quiet
Right.
and standoffish, where like it was a time where like my group of friends was beefing with your group of
Yeah.
friends, but I never remember you getting in the mix of that shit.
Because I never really wanted to be around any of that, man.
Yeah, you was just chill.
yeah.
Always. And you
Like,
still got that same kind of, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
man,
vibe.
I'm not like an angry person. You know, like
Word.
I just want to like chill and relax, and
Yeah.
that was me. Like I wasn't in the whole fighting,
So what
robbing
would,
people and shit. Like, that's not
so what
me.
would you do in the moments and you sat back and saw the chaos
Man,
ready to
I would
erupt?
I would watch my friends being idiots, bro. Like they were being dumb, but like I love them guys. You know, I love them guys. So.
Hey man, we ride with them to the end, man.
I
That's
love
how
them
it
guys.
goes, bro. Like
Yeah.
shit, I got a couple. You know me, man. Like I stayed with a couple friends that got rowdy, and I love them to the death. If you go, I go. Fuck it, let's get it.
Yeah. Like that was not me.
That just wasn't your bag.
It
right?
was not.
Word.
It was not. And I've never been an angry person. Like I'm always, you remember me. I was chill, bro.
Always the same as you are.
Yep.
Like sitting here with me. It's just I remember you at them parties. Well, what's up, Jared? And that was it. You know what I'm saying? You were just quiet and like off to the side, like myself. Laughing. Yeah, like just having a good time.
Yep. I love the party.
Word.
that was my thing, man. Was just being in the moment.
Yeah. Feeling the vibes and not getting lost in the chaos on the other side.
That moment, man, like I took that shit to a whole nother level, man.
Right.
Yeah. Like I can't, now that I look back at it, like 12 years old, bro.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Right, that's
mentally, I do the best I can, man, but
well, we stun our growth, yo. And that shit took me a long time to realize that. Like even when I got sober at 27.
Yeah.
Of course, I had 2 kids. My relationship was in the dumps, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I was still internally a kid and mentally a kid because from 14 to 27, bro, it was like I didn't know how to like be a man.
It did stun our growth.
Yeah, all the way.
We didn't think about that when we were doing it.
Like I'm pretty sure, like maturity wise, like I'm just now getting into a space where like
starting to grow.
Yeah, bro, like mentally, man, my thoughts are very clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm 9.5 years sober, but my thoughts are very clear. My decision making is there. Like I'm able to be a leader, guide, a provider, like all of them things.
Oh, congrats on 9 years, bro.
I appreciate
like
you.
That's
no doubt, man.
I can't wait until I get to 9 years.
Hey, bro, it's all one day at a time, man.
Yeah.
It's literally one day at a time. I used to get so like lost in the numbers, right? But then I was watching like people that I cared about like kind of relapse and shit.
Yeah.
And
relapse is a part of it.
Yeah,
and I learned that.
Yo, bro, so everybody's journey is different, man. A relapse doesn't mean you threw it all away.
Right.
It means that you had an inkling, you tried it, shit didn't work. You
Yeah.
found all of the bullshit you threw away, and now you're ready to get back on the tracks.
When I did relapse, it was I think it was you and it was another one of my friends who were like, "No, you didn't lose your clean years. Like, that's not what happened."
Yeah, bro.
You did not lose your clean years.
Yeah, you had a blip on the step. You know what I'm saying?
That was just a bump.
Yeah, bro, and you did that and you overcome it.
I did.
So let's go into, you said you lost your family and that was kind of, but what was the moment? Like what was the U-turn moment where Stan looked in the mirror like, yo, I can't do this shit no more?
It was one night, man. It was one night that I think I did a little too much.
Mm-hmm. Too much
heroin.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So it was one night I had just met up with a dude,
mm-hmm.
and I went back home, and like a lot of our friends, they probably went, and started doing the needle,
mm-hmm.
and we're shooting.
Yeah.
Me, I never did that.
It
was not like I'm scared of needles.
Yeah, me too. That's why I didn't know, bro, that you could sniff heroin then.
Yeah, well, you can.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't because in my addiction, right, you could have handed me anything.
Right.
If I was drunk, like, yo, what's that? I'm just assuming you giving me cocaine.
Yeah, and I think that had a lot to do with me doing it because I was like, oh, well, these guys over here, they're shooting it.
Right.
I'm just snorting.
Yeah.
Like,
well, man, that's what we get that false like identity and addiction.
Yeah, like I try to make myself feel better.
Right, like I don't smoke crack. I'm just doing a little toot.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Trying to make it seem like you're not
like I ain't
anything.
as bad as them. Like look at this shit. Like nah.
I'm functioning.
Yeah, I can still stand for the moment.
I still go to work.
Bro, I did not.
I still got a paycheck, but that paycheck that I was getting was gone. And
oh, bro.
It was gone quick,
bro,
before I even got it.
When I could hold a job, which was minimally, like, so you losing 10, bro, like every job I had, I got fired from.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, bro, like back to back. But I was so lost in partying,
Right.
That's why I ended up selling drugs because I was like, okay, this resource offers me what I'm after, like to fill that void, which was like people, party, women, a little bit of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, shit, I could just do this. And consequences never crossed my mind
right.
until the consequences came.
Yeah.
And that night, Our home, or not that night, but when we got out, the same people I was in there with, we had a welcome home party because we all came home around the same time.
Right.
So it was like I never missed a beat. Like it didn't even stop me to say, hey, man, I should probably do something else with my life.
Yeah, I should chill.
Yeah, but it didn't.
But nah, we go hard.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I knew was one speed, go.
Yeah.
Didn't care about the feelings of others. Didn't care who I hurt in the process. None of that shit, man, because my mind was so locked in on getting fucked up.
Man, you hurt the people around you and you're doing
easily. Yeah, so you did a little too much H train one night. You set in, like how did that inner dialogue work for you, bro?
So I woke up and like I sniffed the line, and I think I took a little big one that I should have taken.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time is right when the fentanyl started setting in.
Oh shit!
And for all I know, it could have been that.
Oof.
Like I don't know. But it put me out. Like I woke up. My face was in the dirt because I was in the front yard, in my parents' front yard. And
hold on, bro, you was outside?
I was outside.
Like, wait.
I was smoking a cigarette. I lit a cigarette.
Oh shit!
I sat down after taking the line, and then I think I just nodded out. And then after I woke up,
bro, I'm glad you didn't bust your head, man.
Dude, it was dirt. Thank God that was right there, not like cement. If it was dirt, man, I would have hurt myself.
Yeah, bro. If that was cement, you would probably been out.
Right. It was dirt. So when I felt like I woke up and I had dirt all in my face and in my mouth, and I woke up and I look around and it's still dark outside. Thank God my mom or my dad didn't come outside because they would have flipped.
Yeah, no shit. Probably been panicked as hell.
Yep. They would have flipped. I don't even want to know what would have went.
Yeah, bro, I got you.
If they would have came outside, because I hid that from my parents as well. I hid it from everybody. Nobody knew.
Really?
Nobody knew.
So you was good.
I was good. Like, dude, nobody knew. Even the closest people, unless you were doing it with me.
Nobody had a clue.
Nobody had a clue. I'm telling you, functioning drug addict.
So you woke up in the dirt and then...
I woke up, man, and I felt like a complete idiot after that because I could have died. Like if somebody didn't know, like a neighbor would have came out saying, they'd be like, call the cops, because I didn't want to get in trouble,
right?
Like I was never even with the law. Like it was only one time that I ever really ran in with law. I'm not a felon,
Lucky you. You one of the good ones,
right? Well, I mean, even felons, man, felons are good people.
Oh, bro, I know.
Just because you got a felony don't mean anything.
It don't stop shit. And if my addiction wasn't in the way of my mental health issues, like depression wasn't in the way of my felony, I could have done so much more sooner. Right. But I thought because we're taught that, man, once you commit these crimes and they label you this way, life is over.
Right.
And it makes
I think it opened up my eyes, man, if I could have died.
Really?
That could have been the end.
That's what pretty much changed it for you.
That's what changed it for me was I thought I was gonna die. Like it was like an epiphany almost of I'm done with this life. I don't want to do this anymore. Like I looked at my bank account after that. I was negative. I had nothing. Like I was down to my parents were close to kicking me out.
Really?
Well. So that was like the only thing I had left at that time was my parents' house. 'Cause I got kicked out of my wife's house. She didn't want to be around me.
Right.
She knew what I was doing.
Right.
She's a very, very smart woman.
Yeah.
Very smart woman.
Salute to Liz. We'll go ahead and shout her out.
Love you.
Oh man, wait, I can't let you do that. Stephanie, I love you too. All right, now go ahead.
But yeah, that was like an epiphany for me of, I'm sure everybody has theirs, of why they want like that day, why.
Yeah,
why
that was your reason
stop?
Why, man. It all starts with the reason why.
Right. That was mine, man. I woke up that day, didn't think that I would, almost was gonna die. And I don't know, man. It was just that one day, man. Like it all came to me. Like, why am I still doing this?
So what'd you do next, yo? What was like the next phase of that?
So rehab, man. that day, that was the same day that I called Liz,
Mhm.
and I broke down to her.
Mm.
I told her, like, you were right. You were right the whole time. Like, I'm so sorry, for everything
Mhm.
that I've done for you. Well, done to you, not
Mhm.
for you. And like, I was like, I need to go to rehab. Like, I need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere that's probably away from here.
Mhm.
And I will give a shout out to the. Can I do that?
Yeah, bro, do your thing.
To Mount Regis, because that place changed.
Mount Regis, salute. You changing lives out here. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Y'all, they changed it all for me. And it was
Where
probably.
was that? Where's that located?
That's in Roanoke.
Roanoke, all right.
It's up in the mountains. It's a very good setup. Like, rehab isn't for everybody.
Mhm.
And for some people it works. For some people it doesn't.
Right. I think it works if you wanted to.
It
and that's
works
that's
if
the
you
shit.
want it to. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Recovery
right.
works if you wanted to.
Yeah. And that place was very, it was good. It was good to me. Like, there's a couple things that I could have changed about it, but when I look back at it, they were a crucial piece of why I'm still clean. Because they were good to you.
Right.
It was a good experience.
How long were you in rehab?
It was 2 weeks. And
2 weeks.
the first 3 days, it was a straight detox.
Mhm.
And that was rough.
Break down the detox
rough,
process, man. How did that shit go, yo? Because I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I've heard the stories.
It was like the first couple of hours when you're going to the detox, you're sweating. You sweat. You're throwing up. It feels like the flu times 10, except for your whole body hurts, and you really think that it's all going to come to an end, man.
Right, and it just doesn't.
Like, I had these weird, vivid dreams of my dude coming
Mhm.
out to Roanoke. Like, I was gonna meet him out in the parking lot or something, and I would wake up, Jared, and I'd be like, I'd be looking around. I'm like, nope, still in rehab. Like, like, nope,
that's not here.
Yeah, that didn't just happen,
Oh,
and
shit.
it's the weirdest thing, man. When you're coming off of it, like, it's like you're it's a life changing event, man.
No doubt.
It's a life changing event.
And you probably realize, like, I don't ever want to go through this shit again.
Ever. It's an awful thing, man. It's killing people out here.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just heroin, man, all right, I guess. But if the stuff that they have now, man, will kill you.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, and I fear that shit so much. Like, just thinking back, like I said, you could have handed me anything if we together, and I would have tried it.
Right.
And how open we were with the substance abuse back then.
Yeah.
Where I'm like grateful that what's out there today wasn't then, because we probably wouldn't be sitting here talking.
Right.
Because I was that far going in my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And these kids today, bro, like some people that, my clients that I work with on a daily basis, like, it's heartbreaking when I hear some of the shit that's happened to them because of the new way they're doing drugs and shit. And I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck?
It's heartbreaking, man.
I
look back at the people that are still doing it now, man, and it breaks my heart, man, seeing them, man. I look at Gotcha, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
These guys are still in
that
it,
book, man. I'm glad that shit wasn't around when I was out there, yo.
Because it puts people on blast
all the way, man. This
you look
Instagram,
at Insta, it's
bro.
all over it.
Like, man, you can't escape it.
I've seen so many of my old friends on there, and I'm like, man, they're looking rough. Like, yeah.
So you hit that spot for 2 weeks. You come back home. Well, what's the process, man? How does Stan keep himself from going back?
I did NA for a while. I did NA, and that wasn't my thing, but when you're first coming out of addiction, I totally recommend it, because it's a whole network.
You get to meet people, you get to gain community.
Right. And like I said before, it's all in the company you keep.
Right.
It's all in the company you keep. If you keep users around you, if you keep people in addiction around you, you're gonna be still in it.
It's just like, if the 5 closest people to you, like they say with money, you know what I mean? Like, if 5 friends are millionaires, thousandaires, 100,000aires, bro, you're going to be the 6th one.
Yep.
Just like drugs. Like, hey, man, you got 5 other drug users around you, you're going to be the 6th one.
You got it around you, and if you're somebody like me who,
easily influenced, for the good time. Yeah, I got you.
Like, it's hard for me, man, like if I can't even say now that if somebody would bring heroin around me that I wouldn't do it.
Word? You think it's that
It's powerful.
much of a grip on you?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. So yeah, we haven't talked in a minute, man, and that's why this is a blessing. Like, and it's funny you say that because I was that moment, right? I was in Philadelphia for the NFC Championship game,
Right.
and I told my wife as soon as it happened because the shit like blew my fucking mind. But I was in the bar at the casino right across from the stadium, and it was this group of dudes, and they reminded me of me. You know,
Right.
they were loud, drinking, like, you know, just having fun. And I was standing there in my water, like watching the game.
Right.
And out of the blue, this dude just standing to the right of me at the bar, and he turns and he's like, "Here, bro," and like hands a bag of powder, bro, and it went
Yep.
across my face like this into
Yep.
this dude's hand.
Yep.
And the dude was standing there, was like, "Sorry, man, that was just fucking obvious."
Yeah.
And we started laughing.
Yeah.
But internally, I was like, what the fuck is
An
happening?
addict is an addict.
Yeah, I was like, all right, bro, hold on. Like, and I had to do this like inner self-talk because I have not
Yeah, you got to
seen
take
that.
like
Bro,
talk
I like
yourself out
took a
of it.
lap around
Yep, take
the
a lap.
slot machines
You gotta
and then
get
came
yourself out
back
of that situation.
and just
'Cause
stared
that's
at
exactly
the TV.
what I would have to do, man, to
Bro, I'm
get
telling
myself
you.
out of that situation.
That was probably the first time that I had been, I don't want to say tempted, but the thought
Right.
entered my mind because it was present.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it was like, holy shit, like that is a test.
it
I
is.
passed it.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? I passed the test, but that was the toughest part for me, bro.
Right.
Like I haven't had that happen. Hopefully that shit don't ever happen again. But
Yeah.
being self-aware and knowing like what I was in addiction
Yeah.
pretty much like pulled me through that. Because I was taught the whole game was on. We was
I'm
beating the
glad
shit
you
out the.
passed that test.
Thank you, bro. So am I. We was beating the shit out the 49ers, and I was just staring at the TV like, I'm good.
Yeah.
The game's on. I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
sober. Like just
That could have went a different way.
bro, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. So I understand what you mean by
Yep.
that, man. So
Yep.
hopefully if that situation does ever cross your path, man. You a family, man. You in the
Oh
house.
yeah.
We ain't-
Yeah, man, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, me neither, bro.
I don't go anywhere, man. I go to work and I come home and I love it.
Yeah. Hey, shit, me too, bro.
Yeah.
Me too, man.
I don't go to bars anymore, you know. I don't need to.
It becomes pointless.
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't
Yeah.
like bars.
It becomes pointless, man. Like in the times that I have gone out, I got like a running clock, man. By like 10 o'clock,
Mhm.
I'm ready to go home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Well, we're getting old, man.
yeah, bro. 10 o'clock, they
We're
want to
getting
stay.
old.
You know, my partners are still drinking shit. They want to stay. They'll close. I'm eating. All right, man. See y'all later. And I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm in the car
I
going
look
home.
at people like our age now, man, and it's like, how are y'all still going out? Like,
Look,
how
we
do y'all
could leave
still
here
do
right
it?
now, go up the street, and we'll see like 6, 7 people we know
They're still out.
in there, and it's
Yeah.
like, right, like what are
They're-
y'all
they're
doing? We about to
still-
be 40. What's
yeah.
happening here?
Yeah, like
Just get this together.
I don't know, man. I guess it's their lifestyle. I guess that's what it is.
And
guess
I ain't
it's
gonna hate on
lifestyle,
them, man.
and I
Do
won't.
y'all? Yeah,
like
we-
y'all do y'all, man.
Word.
All right, more power, more power to you. I can't do it.
Shit, no doubt, bro.
But-
I cannot. So man, let's talk about the joys, man. We hear the struggles, and I'm so proud of you.
Right.
I know I told you that on the phone when you hit me
Yeah,
about the relapse situation. Like, how does life look for Stan now, man?
man. Life is great now. We have our 9-year-old Olivia.
Okay,
She's a very smart, beautiful,
intelligent, all of that. Stuff.
intelligent,
Athletic.
yeah,
I know she's
athletic
about to
girl.
start some volleyball. I'm gonna
She
try to
is.
get my daughter on that team
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Hopefully she can, man.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I'm gonna try to lock in on that tonight.
And my wife Liz, we talked about her earlier. She's an amazing woman, great mother.
Look at you,
And,
man. She prepped you before you came in here, didn't she? I know she made you say that.
Oh man, what she actually told me was don't say any big words. That's what she said. She said don't say any big words. Because
That's great.
Yeah, I love her to death, man.
That's what's up, bro.
Love her to death, man. We have a great life. We have a great life together. We have a house. We we got food on the table. I have a job.
The necessities, man.
Yeah, I actually just got a new job that I'm making great money in now, and I haven't. That's something that this type of money that I'm making now and the benefits and everything that comes with it.
Mhm.
I haven't had that.
Living example of going through it and overcoming the obstacles,
Right.
man, and hopes for a brighter day.
Like I said
Now you got
earlier, I didn't finish school,
Word.
so I didn't go to college. I didn't have that whole experience.
Right.
So it was hard coming up, You know, with the job situation, because like I said earlier, I bounced around, man.
Bro, I'm there, and like my situation now, man. After I feel like I'm almost like unemployable because I always had a
No,
problem,
you're not.
bro. Well, my problem is with authority, man, and I always had like visions of like, and I don't want to work for nobody,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? So by the time I left my job at the hospital a year and a half ago now, like I really had to like dig deep. Man, what is my purpose? What is my passion in life? And then it circled around recovery.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed now to work daily in recovery, but it's on my schedule.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, in hopes of like building and helping out the community.
That's
so
good.
It worked out. But
and it's
without recovery,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Without recovery, that shit, without me going through all this stuff I went through, it wouldn't be a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because people that I speak with, they speak with me because the therapists don't understand.
Right.
But they'll share shit with me. I'm like, yeah, I've been there. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a completely different.
I feel like some drug addicts are probably better than most therapists, man.
100. But that's why this whole new lane of they call it peer recovery here, but it's like different names depending on where you are, located.
Yeah.
And it's really been a blessing to, recovering addicts, man, because it helps so much to get in front of somebody
who's been there.
Yeah, that gets it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got lucky that when I had my U-turn moment, man, like I told you, bro, mine was a failed suicide attempt.
Right.
My therapist just so happened to have like 40 years sober.
Yeah.
So after I came home from the hospital and I met with him, he was like, yeah, I understand.
Now that's a good therapist.
You dig what I'm saying? And like it blew my mind.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy
somebody
shit.
who can, get down with you. Like somebody that can relate.
I tell you, bro, when he said, I understand, that gave me all the hope I needed, bro. And then he started breaking down incentives for me. Like, all right, man, and if you can get 90 days sober, I'll help you find a job. And I was like, sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Good
bro.
man.
So I was in the gym reading a lot of books. And then I hit 90 days. And he was like, yo, as promised, he put me in like a program where, it was most of the shit I knew how to do, like typing. But they helped me write up my resume and everything, bro. And I landed, my first job in years.
Right.
And I kept that joint for a minute and then moved on to the bigger and better things. But that sounds like kind of like what you got going on now.
That's that's the best thing about recovery, man, is the end result. And I'm always working, man. Like I'm never gonna be, I'm never gonna stop working on
Hell no.
Hell
no.
I'm never gonna stop working on me because when you get lazy is when
stagnant, man.
Bad
shit starts.
That's when bad shit starts happening.
That's the beauty of the journey, dog. There's no destination.
Nope. And you should never stop working on yourself.
That's the thing. You keep saying, man, I didn't graduate school. Education don't stop with a book, man. I self-educate myself daily,
I learned
bro.
that.
Like I listen to audiobooks, man, on my phone. I got like 50. But that's what I do is just plug into everything that I missed out on. So it's like a lot of self-help books, a lot of, if I want to figure out how to do something, man, I'll read, I'll listen to it because I want to always learn. I never want to be, I know everything.
Yeah.
I got it all. I got a degree. Like I don't have a degree. So,
right.
But you feel what I'm saying? Like, so you said it properly, bro. Like I never want to stop working on me because I'm the most important piece of this puzzle.
Exactly. If you stop working on yourself, man, it's all down from there because that, you getting lazy, like you said, getting stagnant, that's not good.
Hell no.
That is not good, man. That leads to bad things.
Exactly, bro. Well, this was a excellent conversation, man. I appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you for having me here, man.
Nah, dog. My dog. Thank you. This has been a long time coming. I think we've talked about this for a minute too.
Glad to tell my story, man. If it can change somebody's life.
And it most certainly will, my brother. So what we do on that aspect is, man, if you know or like say something, a word of encouragement to a person in the struggle that's looking for hope. Like, what would you tell them? They walk through these doors right here, right now. Like, I need help.
Never stop believing that you can get help. Because you can get help. You just have to ask for it, and you gotta want it.
Word.
You gotta want to get the help because you will never, ever, ever get it if you don't want it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, that's the bar.
You won't get clean.
Man, I'm glad you said that.
Unless you want it.
I'm glad you said that, bro. It's my first question when I do my visits. I, get my clients to tell me their background, what's their story, so I learn. And then at the end of it, I ask, I say, look, I've been where you've been.
Yeah.
I'm still where you are. Like, we in this together, right?
Right.
Do you want the help? And if they say yes, I know how we move forward. If they give me the,
Yeah.
well, we got work to do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine. Take your time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I had a client, we've been working like 6 months, man. They were, still drinking, still using.
Right.
And then finally, they were like, I'm so done.
Right.
Now the fun starts.
That's when it starts.
You know what I'm saying? Now the fun starts. Now
You're
we
done.
can plan. Yeah. They said it. Like, cause I sat down one day.
Can't be you.
And I tell you, bro, it defeated me and I felt so bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were having like a great conversation. They were telling me how the week went and it was awesome. You feel me?
Right.
And at the end of it, we had like 2 minutes left for my call shut off. And I was like, well, how's recovery going? And I could see their face visibly just sunk. And I was like, uh-oh, like, my bad. I didn't. She's like, nah.
That hit her nerve.
Yeah, like, I just can't do it, this and that. I'm like, yo, there's no rush. Like, my job isn't to force you into recovery. It's to join you on your journey, no matter where we got to go to get there. Like, there's nothing I could say or do to make you choose sobriety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My job is just to show up and support you. And when you're ready, you'll be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And she hit me one day. I was like, yo, I'm ready. I was like, yo, the fun starts. Let's get to work.
That's when it starts, man. It takes you. It takes you being done. It takes you wanting to change your life. It takes you wanting to be a better person. Because in active addiction, you are not a good person.
At all, man. I know that firsthand. Well, salute to you, brother. I'm proud of everything you got going on, man. Everything that you're striving for, because life is just going to continue to get better, man. So continue to receive the blessings that you after. Right.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no doubt, bro. Thank you. Redeem Yourself Podcast. We out. Salutes to my guy, Stan. I hit the wrong button. Round of applause. I didn't mean to hit you with the crickets, bro. Salute, salute, salute. And we are, damn, I hit the crickets again, bro. Snacking all kind of shit, man. We out.